Right then, so as we all know, Manchester United are looking at possibly getting a new stadium or rebuilding Old Trafford. It's looking like at the moment we are probably going to go after a new stadium in the next couple of years or so. Now we've got Ineos in Manchester United. They want to make some changes. So I've got some possible designs for a new Manchester United stadium that I found that AI has done on the internet and stuff. So yes, we're going to have a look at them now. I've got 5 designs. We're going to go through 1 to 5. What one do we think looks best? And yeah, there we go then. I've got a bloody PowerPoint presentation of it. So here we go. Number 1 is this design. This is one of the main ones which are out there from what I've seen. It's an interesting one overall, in my opinion. It's an interesting one. I think this would be one of the most likely possible designs out there for a new Manchester United stadium overall, to be fair. And this one I don't mind too much. It's probably one of my favorite, well, possibly in the top 2 favorites that I like the most about this one. I also do want a stadium that kind of brings a bit of Old Trafford vibes to it as well. Because I don't like, let's be real, Old Trafford's the home of Manchester United. It only makes sense to bring some Old Trafford vibes to it. And overall, I feel like it does have a few, the way the seats are laid out on the inside and everything. That definitely brings Old Trafford vibes. The outside, nothing at all, though, if we're being real. It does look a lot different overall, to be fair. The shape of the stadium's completely different. And just overall as well, I think this looks like a good overall European stadium that you would expect, to be fair. And it doesn't really look like there'll be any issues with this at all. Overall, I quite like it. It definitely looks like it has a good, solid capacity as well. And it does bring the odd bit of Old Trafford vibes, in my opinion, 100%. And that's something that I would want with a new Manchester United stadium, 100%. But different kind of layout as well, though. We do want it to be a bit different, but we do want the Old Trafford vibes. I think this one would be good. It does look like a good stadium that would host European football, to be fair. A good capacity as well. I reckon overall this would probably be like 85,000 capacity, something like that. So more than what Old Trafford currently has. So yeah, I quite like this one overall, to be fair. It's definitely my top 2 favourites. Next one, we've got this one. Personally, I don't like this at all. I do not like this one at all. Again, this was one of the main possible stadiums that I found, and I really don't like it overall, to be fair. I really don't like it. It's just, I don't like how uneven it is, to be fair. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't look like what I would want a Manchester United stadium to look like. I just feel like overall it looks like a mess all up here, to be fair. I quite like, the layout they've got down here and stuff, though. I like the shape of it. I like all this down here, but up here, though, I think it looks really, really, really ugly overall, to be fair. It just doesn't look anything like what Manchester United would do overall, in my opinion. This is definitely one of possibly my least favourite out of them all, to be fair. It just doesn't bring any Manchester United vibes to it whatsoever. It brings no Manchester United vibes, and that's not what we want at all. I just don't like this one at all. You just look at it and you just think it just looks so wrong and not a typical stadium and not a typical stadium design. Like, what is all this here? Hopefully you guys can see the mouse. But what is all this? If this wasn't here and it was just like this, well, not that. If this and this weren't there and it was this and a bit lower there and that there, I think it would look all right if this wasn't there, especially. But because I like the layout overall, but this just makes it look ridiculously ugly. Looks like a load of spider webs all around it. No, I don't like this one at all. This one's next, and this is, again, one of my, possibly my first or second favourite. I like this one because, again, brings Old Trafford vibes with the seating. And overall, out of them all, I think it definitely looks the most like Old Trafford. This is why I like this one, to be fair. It brings that Manchester United vibe to it, has those Old Trafford similarities, I think, around the stadium. And, overall, it looks like there's a load of space out there as well, loads of landmarks for Manchester United could possibly fit around. I think this one looks good, to be fair. I think this looks good. I like the overall shape of it, like the layout of it, like where it is. I think it's a good stadium for Manchester United overall, to be fair. Definitely a very, very, very good, solid design. Brings those Manchester United vibes to it and just looks like a proper Manchester United stadium, which I would 100% go for, to be fair, 100%. I really, really, really like this one. Next up, we've got this one. It looks all right. It kind of brings St. Mary's vibes, though. It looks like the Southampton Stadium in a way. Just with all the seating inside. This picture is pretty blurry, though. It does, I mean, out here, though, it does have a pretty nice design out here, though. But again, something just looks a bit wrong about it overall, to be fair. I feel like in a way, though, it does look like it has some decent capacity, but it kind of just brings lower team. It kind of just brings, lower tier level design to it, like a lower Premier League team design to it, in my opinion, like Southampton, like I just said. So this isn't one I would go for. It doesn't look, it's not like absolutely shocking like one of the other ones we saw, but yeah, it's not. It doesn't have those Manchester United vibes to it, but it doesn't whatsoever, in my opinion. But it's not a bad stadium, but it's not one that I think, man, it's not like a Manchester United kind of one. And then next up, we got this one. It looks like the Allianz Arena, 100%. But it is icon. It does look like an iconic stadium for European football, though. 100% it does. It looks like an iconic stadium for European football. It doesn't have any Manchester United vibes to it whatsoever. I think it looks pretty plain and pretty simple as well, though. And that's not something that I would want for Manchester United. It just looks really plain on the outside, 100%. It just looks too similar to the Allianz. And at Manchester United, I feel like we want to be unique. We want to be different. We want to have our own ideas like we do with Old Trafford. But yeah, this one has no Manchester United vibes to it whatsoever. And it's just like, it'll just be like we're stealing ideas off of other teams if we go with this one. But I highly doubt we will, though. I highly doubt we will. I think we'll go with I think, a design we would go for a new stadium is this one of the ones I like the most, or possibly this one, in my opinion. This one, definitely not. Don't like it at all. But yeah, this one I really like. But yeah, these two, it's just something that I think's just been seen before overall, in my opinion. But yeah, that's my opinion on it all for a possible future Manchester United stadium. What do you guys think? Anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. Thanks for watching this video. Speak to you in a bit.